I gotta fix this. I gotta get a stud finder. Whatever. Today's joke is I've got a solution to all of the Earth's problems. The United States, the Earth's problems. I say all the kids in the elementary schools, we should get them a ruler. This is the closest thing to a ruler. It's a yardstick, but it's in the ballpark of a ruler, I think, right? Is a yardstick different than a ruler? I think it's different. Whatever. I think we need to go. I think the government needs to buy all the kids in the elementary schools. They need to buy them a golden ruler, and then they don't have to be gold. They don't have to be gold. You can just spray paint them gold. The kids are fucking retarded. I swear to God. You give all the kids like a golden. You spray paint a ruler gold, and you give them a golden ruler, and that way they'll all learn about golden rulers. And the other thing, I think Donald Trump needs to. He's got bronze skin, like gold skin, and he's got gold hair, and I think he needs to wear gold suits, and then we could have a golden ruler. That's a word pun joke. Alright, I'm gonna put this away. So, what else is there? I got peanut butter jars. I realized this thing. I used to work at this place, and I had that place better organized than I had my own room. I was giving like an A effort to this place I was working at, and I was giving myself like a B or a C or a D effort at my own place. You know, let me tell you, I think the leaders of this United States and the leaders of all the leaders in the United States are very smart people. I think Donald Trump's a genius. I think the governor, the mayor, the senators, the congressmen, I think they're all fucking geniuses personally. But I think they're a little lazy, okay? I think they're lazy. I'm not saying that they're like stupid. They're geniuses. They're fucking geniuses. Do not get me wrong. Those people are fucking geniuses. They are fucking geniuses. But they're lazy. And they spend all their time at their lake houses, on their boats, in their big $100,000 trucks, you know, driving around doing jack shit. Because, you know, you guys are putting your A+ effort into them. And they're giving you like a C effort. These guys are giving you a C effort. You know? I was giving like an A- effort at this one place. And this guy they were giving me like a C or a D effort. They were barely trying. I was just like, this is bullshit. You know, it's kind of like the government shit. You know, you got Trump, the mayors, the governors, the senators. They're all giving you, a C effort. They can give you more. You gotta put pressure. They're better than they're acting. Let me tell you right now, they could do a lot better than they're acting. They're just being lazy. You gotta put pressure on them. You gotta remind them, hey man, do a little better. Do a little better, buddy. Trump, you can do better. I know you're a smart guy. I know you're smart, Trump. You're a smart guy, Trump. You're a genius. I know. You're probably the smartest president the United States has ever had. I think, you know, all the congressmen and senators, very smart people. Geniuses. They are fucking geniuses. You guys could do a little better. You could do better. I know you could do better, buddy. Buddy, I know you could do better. The mayor could do better, buddy. Hey, buddy, you could do better. I know you could do better. You're a genius, dude. You're a genius, dude. I know you can do better, buddy. You know, all these people, they can do better. You gotta remind them, you know? You gotta be like, hey, you can do better. You can do better. Because otherwise, they're just gonna give you their C effort, and then they're gonna expect an A effort out of you. You know, you're gonna be like 90, your engine, your RPM is gonna be at like 90, 95, 100%, and they're gonna be at like 50. They're gonna be just they're going to be on the river, boating around. Everything's going well. Everything's going well. I'm on my boat. I'm at my $2 million lake house. Everything's going pretty well. You know, you gotta remind them, hey, you guys could do better. You could do better. That's funny. They hate attention. They don't want you paying attention to them, by the way. That's I'm doing a passive aggressive joke right here, by the way. It's called passive aggressive. Aggressive aggressive is when you're like, that's aggressive aggressive. Passive aggressive is where you're like, you know, you guys could do better. You could do better. So that's Any other jokes? Oh, I had a joke. I was laying in bed. I was thinking of this thing. I was gonna do like a. Oh, I like fucking the kids jokes. I like fucking the kids because not fuck. Metaphorically. Metaphorically means like It means like sorry, swallow some spit. It means like because like you can teach kids about madrasas. You can teach them pretty much anything. You can teach them about dialectical materialism. You can teach them about. You can fuck their brains. And my entire premise of the joke was going to be I was going to be like, and this represents like a kid or something. It's not like literal penis in. You can fuck their heads pretty easy. It's pretty easy to fuck their heads. They're retards. You can give them golden rulers. You can just spray paint them. You know that? They're dumb. They are dumb. These kids are dumb. These kids are dumber than doornails. Whatever a doornail is. You're supposed to use door screws. I think you use screws in a door. These kids so dumb they think there's doornails. Huh. Whatever. Any other jokes? The entire premise of that, I remember I had that ball. I was like, that's a funny mental image when you hump in that ball. I was like, that's funny. Madrasas. Christian schools. Dialectical materialism. Jacquelia. You can get in there, you get your penis in their brain. Oh, get that penis in their brain. Oh. They're fucking your brain so hard. Oh. They nutting all up in your brain. What else? I don't know. I got peanut butter jars. I already talked about peanut butter jars. I got peanut butter jars with USB-C. There's USB-C old, which is shaped like this, and then USB-C is shaped like a round racehorse track. Probably like a racehorse track, like an elliptical. So I put them in peanut butter jars. Because if you look at this place, it's not that organized. It's actually pretty messy. I'm trying to get myself up to like a B right now. Because this is like a C plus or a B minus. If I can get this place into like a A minus, this would be a better place. Yeah, because you gotta remember, those people, they're giving you a C effort. They're geniuses. I'm not there, not stupid. Let me be very blunt about this. The people at the top are not stupid. I do not think they're stupid. I think they're lazy pieces of shit. I don't think they're stupid though. And I think they're gonna let you people do A plus effort, and they're gonna sit at their fucking lake house giving you C effort. I think, so you gotta remind them, hey man, you guys are better. You're better than this. You're better than this, buddy. You guys are better than this, buddy. So, you gotta be nice to them. You gotta remind them, hey buddy, you guys could do better. What else? I mean, seriously, like this is not that well organized. I have a hard time. I don't know why. It's hard. I get so distracted when I'm trying to organize this place. I don't know what's going on there. I have not figured that one out. I mean, I could technically throw a lot of this shit away. Probably should. Or sell it. I don't know. I'm never going to use it. I mean, half of it. At least half of it. You gotta run your own life like it's a business. In business, you sell shit if it does have no value. You gotta keep your shit like clean. You gotta keep everything clean. Otherwise you get cluttered. You get cluttered, you get fucked. You get cluttered, you'll trip on shit, you'll hit your toe. You'll be like, ow, my toe. You gotta keep everything clean. None of that cluttered bullshit. What are the rules for the dam being open and closed? Because the dam, I like biking over the dam better than I like biking over Shannon River Bridge. They need to, what are the rules? Is that, can I go on the internet? I'm gonna have to go on the internet and ask. Dear Internet, what are the rules to the dam being open and closed? Oh, huh. Whatever. Are there any TVA conspiracies? There should be TVA conspiracies. You know, NASA never went to the moon. TVA doesn't own any dams. Those are just fake. Those are fake dams. A lot of people don't know that. They aren't really dams. Oh. Huh. They went back to war with Iran. Who didn't see that coming? Uh-huh. You think China's buying it? Maybe. I don't know. China wants the oil. The United States don't. I mean, the United States wants. It's a liquid market. So if oil, the price of oil is like a world market. So unless they create a way of like segmenting the market into two spheres, like how did the oil market work in the Cold War? Because it wasn't like a purely, was it a purely world market during the Cold War? Was it like pure, you couldn't go into Russia in the Cold War and just like walk around. They'd put KGB officers on you, you had to have a reason and shit. You know, you can't just like go, I can't just go to China and walk around. A Chinese person probably can't walk around. They can come to school over here and they can be like, I'm just looking at the dam. They can take a picture of the dam. Probably. I'm just a tourist. Snap, 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 snap. What else? In the Soviet Union, the elites had special stores. The top 10, the bureaucrats, they had a special store they could go to. They always had the good shit. Because they had two forms of money. They had the ruble, and they had like this, they used like foreign currency was worth more than like the ruble. They had these fancy stores, you go in there, you could buy like, you know, it'd be like Cuban cigars. Not Cuban cigars, but you know what I mean, like the special shit. Not the, you know, the stuff for you people is dog shit. It's like corn syrup. It's all made out of corn. But you know, the good shit they had in special stores. I once went to a mall, and they had a floor, and it was all like expensive shit, like $1,000. It was all like New York City fashion, but it was just like a portion. Most of the mall was the same, and then this one floor had like 5 or 10 stores, and they were all like, I wouldn't call it Tiffany and Company, but you know, shit like Tiffany and Company, stuff that is like high class, expensive shit. Yeah. Hey, these aren't all jokes. Some of them are just like ideas that I've seen. I don't know. I just try and say what I see. I'm not here. I don't know if I'm just trying to get rid of this shit. If I let it clutter up, I'll go insane. I'll go fucking insane if I'm not. I gotta get rid of it as fast as I can. If I don't get rid of this shit as fast as I can, it's gonna pile up. It'll be like a fire hazard or something. You know, you gotta get rid of the stuff in your head. You know. So what else? So you think it's gonna be feudalism? It might be feudalism. I don't know if they're doing. They're either gearing up for war or this is feudalism. I can't tell. Because if they're gearing up for war, I mean that makes sense. Because you can't have like, you know, like was it Truman fired that one general guy in the Korean War, MacArthur? Is he setting himself up to be a feudal lord, or is he setting himself up for a China war? I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's called. Hey, you know what a shaping operation is? A shaping operation is the thing you do before you do the thing you're gonna do. It's like, are you going on a road trip? Make sure your tires are filled. Make sure your car is in shape. Make sure everything is in, you know, tip top. Blah blah blah. It's called shaping, I guess would be. What else? Feudalism or war with China. One of the two. I don't know. Something's happening. I can never tell. Or it could just be crazy. It could be crazy. I might be crazy. Probably am. What else? I like the golden, because he's gold. He's gold. He's a golden ruler. Oh, funny. What else? Any other jokes? If your house should be better organized than the place you work at. That's true. If your house is less organized than the place you're working at, you fucked up bad. You do not, make sure you give less to whatever you're working for than you do at your own place. That's probably pretty important. Uh-huh. That's immoral. Otherwise, you're just, et cetera, et cetera. I guess that concludes this rant about nothing. It's a rant about nothing. I'm the modern day Seinfeld. This is all about nothing. Uh-huh. Seinfeld? Yeah, that was the 90s. You know why Seinfeld was successful in the 90s? Because the biggest thing they had to worry about was like nothing. Because they crushed everything. Like the Cold War was over, the Soviet Union was gone, China, they all rode around on bicycles in China. In the 90s, they rode around on bicycles. Now, China is probably they probably got more cars than you people got. They got some nicer cities than you people got. They got nicer cities than you. They got more cars than you. They got a bigger dick than you. Their dick's bigger than yours. It's getting bigger. Their dick's getting bigger. Every second, their dick's getting bigger. Your dick's getting smaller. Uh-huh. Good job. Clinton and Bush and Obama and Biden and Trump. Trump, maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Is he going to go to war? He might go. You have to. Maybe he has to. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? It's all just a big dick measuring contest. That's all this world is. Just a dick measuring contest. They have wet t-shirt contests. How come they don't have dick measuring contests? They do. They're called I guess MMA? Maybe, I don't know. War? I don't know. They got dick measuring contests. I want to see a wet t-shirt contest. I want to see a dick measuring contest. Oh, that's funny. Come on down to the beach, the same. Oh, that's funny. Huh. Uh-huh. Any other jokes? I need to get a stud finder. I gotta get rid of this. I gotta put this. I tried screwing something up there, and I'll have a stud finder, and then it just fell out, and now I look stupid. And you don't want to look stupid. This is a dick measuring contest. If you look stupid, you look like you have a tiny dick. So you don't want to have a tiny dick. You want to have a stud finder so you can put stuff into studs in the ceiling. Otherwise, your light will fall down and it'll almost hit you. And then it'll break. What do those fluorescent lights cost? Like $2, $3, $4, $5? I don't even know. Probably $3 each, $5 each. And then you'll break a $5, and then you'll get gas on you. And that gas, some of it is bad. Sometimes it has mercury in it or something. So you don't want to get mercury on you, probably, or whatever. Or whatever. Is Ukraine going to get Crimea? Don't give a fuck. That's just Spain. Ukraine and Russia is Spain. It's Franco and the communists before World War II. This is before World War II, by the way. Right now, we're living in before World War II. This is World War III coming, baby. Ukraine is Spain before World War II. The drone technology, they used to have Predators. They might have had like 30 or 40 Predators flying overhead. Now they got everybody and their mom can buy a $1,000 drone that'll run for 30 minutes, And now it's probably, I don't know how many medium-sized drones they have. And then they mass produce the suicide drones, which is pretty cool. I think it's gonna be cool when the criminals and the cartels get suicide drones. That's gotta be $1,000. You're telling me there's nobody who's gonna kill somebody for $1,000? Seriously? I know how humans think. There's people who are gonna do that. I know how humans work. I ain't stupid. That's gonna hit in the next 6 months, year. That's gotta hit sooner or later. They gotta be doing that shit soon, right? I heard they smuggle drugs using it, but when they start mowing grass with it, oh man. when the cartels or the Bloods or the Crips or the whoever, the redneck mafia, whatever, the good old boys, the Italians, the Sicilians, all these little gangs. You can just see, if you look closely, you'll see gangs everywhere. There's gangs everywhere. Little triangle cartel, they're everywhere if you look closely. I mean, it's hard to make explosives. That's the problem. It's hard to make explosives. But they could probably make zip guns. Zip guns ain't hard to make. They can 3D print that shit. You could probably make a zip gun for like 6 ounces. I don't know. You could somehow make a zip gun, put it on a drone. That's got to be doable. That's got to happen sooner. That's got to happen within 6 months or at least 2 years. That's got to happen within 2 years. If that don't happen, I'm gonna be surprised. Someone's got to be doing that shit. Cause I ain't the smartest person, but I can guess. I can sort of see what's going on. I ain't that stupid. I can sort of see what's going on. I look in people's eyes. I can tell what's going on in their eyes. I look in someone's eyes. I know who they are. I can tell who they is. Huh. You can call me a bad person, but as a kettle, I can call the pot black. So I'm a kettle. I can call the pot black. I can call the kettle pot black because I'm a kettle. I'm allowed to call the pot black. What else? Well, that concludes this rant of a nut job. Always smile, and always remind them they can do better. They can do better. You're letting them go to the lake and drive their boat around. They can work harder. They can work harder. You know they can work harder. They're better. They're better than they're acting. They're better than they're acting. Look, I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying they can work hard. You got to remind them of their potential. Those people at the top are better than they're acting. Is what I'm telling you. They could do so much better. They could. They could do so much better. You gotta remind them of that too. You gotta gently show them the correct way. You gotta be kind. I know they want to go boating though. They want to go. It ain't their fault. You gotta be nice to them. You gotta be passive aggressive towards them.